Hello and welcome to the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center here at the University of New Haven. I'm Mike McGuire and this is Pitch Perfect. Welcome to Pitch Perfect's Season 2 Pitch-Off Finale. After a long season of great ideas and exciting matches, it's all come down to this. Tonight, we will crown Pitch Perfect's Student Entrepreneur of the Year. The winner will receive $500 in cash to continue developing their startup idea and receive the opportunity for 5 free months in a business incubator, courtesy the Entrepreneurship Foundation. So who will it be, Ketsia or Joan? Both have won 2 matches to earn a spot on stage here tonight. Before we begin, I'd like to thank this amazing student crew that's made this show possible. Camera folks, the sound team, editors, teleprompter managers, floor managers, lighting specialists, our PAs, and our amazing interns, Nicole, Aaron, and Sarah. And of course, our star director, Brendan Kennedy. Thanks, everyone. So now, let's get started by meeting our panel of judges. First on my left is Dr. Rippy Singh. Dr. Singh is an innovation coach with Inspiring Next right here in Connecticut. Welcome, Dr. Singh. Next, in the center spot is Bob Lee. Bob is a former CEO of Nanotech. Welcome, Bob. And finally, to my right is Nick McGee. Nick is a mechanical engineer and a member of the Strategic Innovation Team at Kaman Precision Products. Welcome, Nick. Okay, our panel's in place. It's time to greet our first contestant. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ketsia back to Pitch Perfect with her idea called Always Green. Ketsia, you're on the spot. You have up to 5 minutes. Go.
Every year, 8 million metric tons of plastic ends up into the ocean, killing 1,000 of marine mammals, but also 1 million of seabirds. Those animals die by strangulation, but also microplastic ingestion. What happens is, once in the water, the plastic pick up biological materials such as algae, which mimic the taste and smell of food. So fish are not eating plastic by accident no more, but actually seeking for it, just like junk food in the ocean. Plastic pollution is a real threat to the environment. Today we're talking about fish dying, but we believe that in the future we're talking about humans having microplastic in their organism. So to solve that issue, people have tried to come up with solutions such as recycling, corn-based bottle, paper-based bottle, cane-based bottle. However, none of them has proven to be 100% effective. Recycling is extremely costly. And 4 months ago, the UK government reported that recycling isn't the answer to fight against plastic pollution. Corn-based bottle, paper-based bottle, and sugarcane-based bottle are all biodegradable, but they take 6 months, at least 6 months to decompose, which means that if they end up into the ocean before the 6 months, they can still, like fish can still eat those plastics. This is the reason why we are here. We are always green. And today we're trying to come up with a product that will help reduce the amount of plastic that ends up into the ocean. A seed paper-based bottle, 100% eco-friendly, but also biodegradable, that once into the nature will decompose in a week. So what makes our product special is the fact that we use seed, we mix seed with paper, so once the seed paper-based bottle is in contact with the soil, it will grow plants. For example, if we use flower seed to make our seed paper-based bottle, when the bottle will decompose, it will grow a flower or flowers. And even if it ends up into the ocean, because not everybody cares about pollution, guess what? There are some fish who eat seed. So now let's talk about the other component that makes our product special is the algae. Like non-biodegradable bottle, such as paper-based bottle, use inner lining, which is biodegradable. but the biodegradable inner lining decompose also in 6 months. So instead we decided to use alga, which is a seed wheat-based powder that once mixed with water can be molded to create an inner lining. And that powder is also used by a vegan to make a dessert. And as soon as the bottle will be empty, then the bottle will start decomposing. It can take 2 days or even 3 days to decompose. So now let's talk about our market. We have 30,000 beverage companies in the US, which represent $12 billion of revenue. We believe that this product can also be the good product for the future to fight against plastic pollution in countries such as China and also some African countries. Because 30,000 is a lot of companies, we decided to start here in Connecticut. Here we have 400 companies, beverage companies, but we focus on only one company, which is called Fox Park, created in 2020. They do sodas, and they use plastic bottle and glass as containers. So the seed paper-based bottle is very easy to produce. After consulting our engineer, they say that it will cost us at least 0.35 to produce the bottle. And we were thinking about selling it at $2.75 compared to other products, not biodegradable product that costs $2. And so are you ready to fight against plastic pollution with us? The seed paper-based bottle, the solution to pollution.
Great job, Ketsia. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Boy, big world issue you're dealing with, big picture problem. Very interesting and very interesting solution. So let's go to our judges. Start with you, Rippy. Your thoughts.
Okay, well, Mike, you mentioned this is a great problem to solve. I totally agree with you, so I'm glad you picked up a good one to go after. My question is on the feasibility side of it. A lot of the bottles which the beverage containers, plastic containers, they're pressurized. And they sit on the shelf for 6 months, 9 months before they get consumed.
Okay.
Can the seed paper container, first thing, handle the pressure? Second, what is its impact on the contents? Because the content might, draw something from the seed paper and contaminate what I want to drink.
So we actually thought about that. First, I will start with the contamination. So the seed paper-based bottle is actually, the seed is used for the outside, and the inside is made of agar, which is actually made by vegan to use. They use it to make their dessert. So that bottle is actually, you can actually consume without having any risk to be contaminated. And the first, I didn't really understand the first part of the question.
The bottles are pressurized.
So we haven't tested it because we are trying to come up with a prototype right now. And also another thing that we thought about was to make sure that we comply with the FDA, so regulation, just to make sure that the product won't be harmful to the people who will actually use it.
Very good. Otherwise, if it doesn't work out, it can at least be used for a plastic glass.
Yes.
Because, it's not pressurized and you use it only for 30 minutes, it might work.
Thank
so
you.
It's worth exploring. Good job.
Thank you.
Bob, up next.
Ketsia, it was a great presentation, very interesting.
Thank you.
Tell me about partnering with the beverage company that you mentioned in New Haven. Have they looked at this closely? What's in it for them? Why would they switch over?
So right now they are using plastics and glass-based bottle.
Yeah.
But everyone is already, today everybody talks about eco-friendly products. So I think they might be thinking about shifting from non-biodegradable to biodegradable. And we were going through all the product they are selling. We haven't seen any biodegradable plastic or any biodegradable. So this might be a future problem for them. So right now we're trying to actually present it as a solution and also reminding them that this could be actually, that they will be the first one starting with this experience. So this, we give them a competitive advantage.
So marketing ability to show that they're environmentally friendly as well as getting ahead of regulations.
Exactly.
That's great. Thank you.
Nick.
So first I want to say I love your idea and your ambition to help improve our environment and reduce our effects on
Thank
it.
you.
So I'm fully in line with your passion here. As an engineer, I do have some questions about the feasibility and the technical nature of the development, the product development. I'm curious to know, have you approached any paper companies, people that are already producing pulp for these cartons, and have you looked at what they're doing to help mitigate these environmental issues, or have you looked at them as a potential partner to help bootstrap your initiative?
So we haven't seen any paper company, but the idea came actually from India, because one of our teammates is from India, and she said that back in India they use a seed paper-based journal paper. So, and we thought that we asked her if there were any return, like people, how can I say, feedback from people, and she said that it was actually a product that they appreciate, and even here in the US they use the invitation and also wish card to make like the seed paper-based papers, but we haven't really went to the beverage companies or even plastic beverage companies to ask them about the feasibility of actually putting all the product together. But I mean, this is one of the things we're trying to do right now. As I said before, we're trying to come up with a prototype to test if the product would be actually a good fit for the environment.
I think that's a good step. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, well, you've done this drill before, so we'll see you off stage in just a few minutes.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Joan to Pitch Perfect with her idea called Fooboo. Joan, you're on the spot. You have up to 5 minutes. Go.
Hi, we are Fooboo. Have you ever been a broke college student? Currently, students have limited access to food and grocery options on campus. The prices that are available to them for the stores are extremely inflated. The quality is minimal and students often complain about it. Delivery for our market competitors gets lost or they're denied access to campuses. Some universities are in populated areas where you can walk to a grocery store. However, they are challenged with high crime areas, so students won't take that risk. So, we have found a $2.9 billion market potential, to which breaks down about $867 per person per year, to which we offer a delivery service that offers both grocery and restaurant food that is delivered by the students to the students. We held focus groups and surveys, to which we found that students take issues with the drivers getting lost, so they don't utilize these services they have available to them. We also found that they are extremely interested in a service that offers both food services, delivery of restaurant quality food, and grocery services. Another thing we've found is they're extremely thrilled with the integration that we will accept universities' meal plan as well as state assistance programs. We have met with businesses that already want in, such as Wayback Burger and Whole Foods, who are very excited to work with us and offering us sponsorships. We do have competitors, Uber Eats, Instacart, Grubhub. Unlike them, our drivers will be students who have access and knowledge of these campuses. Also, unlike them, we offer both services, grocery and restaurant food. Currently, in the market, there are no grocery services offered to students on campus. Our logistics for the app is about $8,000. However, we plan to work with a software engineer or partner with one to lower our costs. We plan to accept the meal plans. We plan to accept food and state assistance programs. We plan to have student drivers as our delivery service, and they will drive their own vehicles. We plan to offer our students discounts. We know we face challenges, but we plan to work with our universities and offer incentives, such as integrating it into their student work program, offering internships, scholarships, and working with their existing partners like Sodexo, who closes at 8 p.m. We've done a trademark search. Currently, there is a company named Fooboo. It's F-U-B-U. Their trademark is strictly on apparel. We do not conflict with them. However, we offer them a partnership in the future for marketing potential. Compensation for the students. They will be paid $10 an hour driving their own vehicles. We will charge a small fee for deliveries beyond 10 miles. That fee will go directly to the drivers. They will also be able to accept tips through our app or through cash. So how will we make a profit? Well, we're having a $5 flat rate delivery fee. And we will also a tiered price level for subscriptions, which will eliminate that $5 fee. We will have both an unlimited option for students that will be both cost-effective to us and a bargain for our students. We will also offer our students products at below market value. So for instance, a box of cereal is $5. We buy it for $2. We offer it to our students for $3. We will be making a profit off of that as well. We will be making a profit off of sponsorships from our companies for advertisements and to be in the head of the search potential. Also, we have branding. Meet Fooboo. He will be an integrated app. He will help you throughout the app, and you can also put him on pause if he kind of annoys you, because we all know those talking things on the internet. So, we will also have gear available with Fooboo, like a stuffed animal. So, how do we plan on being scalable? Well, we plan to start here at UNH, which is a medium populated campus. With that, we want to work out all our bugs. Then we plan to move to UConn, which is a very large populated campus. With that, once we get this process easily replicated, we can move and successful. Colleges everywhere will be excited to have Fooboo on their campus. That's not all. We've also thought of an exit strategy. We can sell to our competitors and we can partner with our competitors. So why us? Well, we come to you and we offer a better quality and variety of food. We accept the university's meal plan and state assistance programs. Our drivers are students, so you no longer have to worry about their access to campus or them getting lost. We will have discounts and incentives for our students. We require very little startup capital. This is a boots on the ground operation. This is going out, talking to people, networking with companies, something our society lacks in. We also will donate a percentage of our profits to battered women and children centers across the country. So first UNH, then the world. We are Fooboo.
Joan, nice presentation, great job, really cool idea. You know, I've heard a lot of pitches about on-campus food delivery because it is a huge problem, right? Interesting the way you've differentiated both, you know, restaurant food and groceries. So I just thought that was kind of a nice differentiating moment. So let's hear what the judges have to say. Rippy, let's start with you.
Very good. Joanne, excellent. I got to give you a lot of feedback to start with. I was in India last month, and there's an app called Zomato. It does exactly what you're presenting. And it's in every city that I visited this time. And last year it did not exist, which means the opportunity to scale is huge. Okay? And their business model is essentially, they make money from the seller, from the restaurant from where the food is coming. So they take, I think, 22% or something. So there are additional ways you can consider how to make money out of it. Second thing, compliments to you. You actually thought through a lot of things, including the development piece, the scale-up piece, the exit piece. A good job. There's one question that comes to my mind, which is, if somebody falls sick with the restaurant food, will there be a liability dispute, whether it was the delivery guy or it was a restaurant, who picks up that challenge? Have you thought through that?
That is a challenge that we have thought through. As far as that, the restaurant would provide a reimbursement for the food, and we would do our best to make the client as happy about the situation as possible. I mean, as far as any service provided to somebody, it's all about the customer experience. So you have to do whatever it takes to make that client happy. So the restaurant would offer a reimbursement, like the food to be replaced, and we would offer a reimbursement and maybe like a gift certificate or something like that.
Okay, very good.
Okay, Bob.
Joan, I really liked your presentation. I especially like that, it's somewhat defensible because you're going to use the student meal plans, for example, and some of the other services don't use it. I do use Grubhub and Seamless, and one of the things that's different between them and you is when I order on Grubhub, the food comes from the restaurant delivery person. When I order from Seamless, there's a buyer in Whole Foods that packs it, purchases it, and brings it to me. It seems like it's going to be a little bit more of a logistical challenge to have a student on campus get the order, go to the store or go to the restaurant, pick it up, and come back. Have you looked at that and considered how you might handle that?
Yes, so we plan on integrating kind of like Uber Eats, where the person picks it up, but they never actually exchange the funds. So the clients, our providers will have like a integration system. So like they'll integrate it into their user base, such as an app with an iPad or something like that. So the funds will get directly transferred from our app to them, and the driver will just pick that up.
Okay, but the driver has to come from campus, go to the restaurant, pick the food up, and then come back? So you'll sort of have to manage their time as well?
Yes.
And say, be at the restaurant at this time?
Yes.
Is that all as part of your app?
Yes, so it's going to have a map integration system, kind of like Uber, where you can see where somebody is at all times. And we plan on having quite a few students working with this.
Okay.
So there will be constantly somebody in availability, and we will make sure that that's all covered at all times.
Oh, terrific, thank you.
All right, Nick.
So I know what it's like to be a young, hungry student that need food. I also know what it's like to try and use your meal plan at facilities that are not sanctioned with the university. Have you had any communication with the universities about the feasibility of using those meal plans?
Yes, we have talked to President Kaplan. We've had multiple emails with administration, and we're working on getting like a good logistical plan with them, as well as we've spoken to Sodexo, because one of their hesitations was to providing this service is they already have non-compete disclosures and stuff like that with Sodexo. But we've talked to Sodexo and explained to them what we're offering. And with them, they don't really see how it competes with them as far as their food service offerings. So the university is much more accepting, with Sodexo's blessing, that we would be able to offer this on this campus.
Sure. Now, how about maybe the subsidies that come along with the volumes of food that they're purchasing? So I can imagine starting up, you're not going to have the volumes to provide those incentives that you spoke about at buying bulk at cost, or so do you have an idea of how you're going to approach pricing from a start and scaling that pricing as you grow?
Well, with the grocery services, we've already spoken with Whole Foods, which is willing to offer both commissioning prices for us, like at wholesale prices, so that way we can offer our students for the grocery standpoint. And we plan on working with different local eateries and restaurants to offer such discounts. Wayback Burger is willing to offer a 10% discount, to which we will offer our students 5%.
Great, thank you.
Okay, great questions, great clarifications, nice job. Please join Ketsia off stage while the judges start the deliberation. Thanks, Joan.
Thank you.
Well, judges, this is the final pitch off, and we have two contestants who have made it through 2 rounds and have done just an outstanding job. So I don't envy your job right now at all. But deliberate you must. So please move forward, and let's find out who's going to be our Student Entrepreneur of the Year.
Well, that was really interesting. What did you think about the first proposal?
I think the problem is good, but I'm not sure she thought through the feasibility of it.
I agree. I think that there's going to be some technical challenges there, but I do love the message and the motivation behind her passions. So.
Yeah, I think that would be really attractive to certain beverage companies if they can work the technical problems through. Developing and providing an eco-friendly package like that.
Sure.
Could really.
I also believe that it's not a new arena, right? So people have been looking for replacements since they invented the corn solo cup, and so she's going to be up against some steep competition.
Yeah, the packaging with the seeds is kind of unique, and they should make sure that they've got, it isn't already patented in the U.S. and they're able to use it themselves.
I think that's a good idea. That would be a good suggestion to give it to them.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
going to look for the intellectual property.
Anything else on the first proposal?
I don't believe the cost numbers she was talking about.
Okay.
It seemed a little high. I mean, if you think about the soda that you purchase, I mean, right off the shelf, it's $1.50 for the soda. So if the packaging is $2.50, I mean,
She may have been
Maybe.
talking in like hundreds or thousands,
okay,
but I was a little unclear about that too.
yeah, something that should be addressed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else on the first?
I think that her poise, I mean, she really has conviction. She believes in the product, and I think that she represented it very well. I think that some more time speaking with the competitors and also consumers and really dig into the technical challenges of it is going to be the way to go.
Yeah, I think that the next step is really develop the prototype and see if it's feasible, and,
Right.
and that'll get them a long way to
Right.
go or no go. Okay, and being able to do that at relatively low cost, because you're not going to have an investor putting any money in at this point.
Until I see something.
Yeah, exactly.
See those seeds.
Yeah. Okay, how about the second proposal?
I think the second one was very well thought out, and like I mentioned during my conversation with her, I've seen this succeed in a different part of the world. So
I've
I have
also
no doubts that this is going to work. This will scale.
Yeah.
I thought her estimate that she can get the software done for $8,000 is a little low,
Yeah.
but they will learn.
Yeah, I agree. I think building an app like that
Yeah.
with all the features that it has,
Yeah.
it could be very pricey, because
Right.
you've got logistics
Right.
components and things like that.
Right.
She also mentioned the cost of the student drivers at $10 an hour, which I think might be a bit challenging. So I think she needs to work on her cost model a bit.
Yeah, I agree. I think that she said a $5 markup on the delivery. It's going to be pretty tight to do it that way.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know, we didn't really hear much about the cost of the miles traveled. So, how do you equate a trip to, somewhere further off campus versus just, the standard flat $5 rate?
Right.
Is that going to cut it?
I was also thinking about, well, who has liability if the driver has an accident? So they're probably going to need some sort of insurance and some sort of coverage there as well.
I see a difference between the two models, as one being a technical challenge, the seed product being a technical challenge, and this one being an administrative or a more a hurdle to overcome the institutional barriers.
But I think they've addressed some of the key ones with the, getting Sodexo's at least buy-in or willing to waive the non-compete and the university. So, but you're right, that's going to happen at every school they go to, because it's going to be different.
Yeah.
And if they're successful, Sodexo might want to step in and do it themselves. Anything else on the second one?
On the second one, I mean, there is definitely an additional opportunity here. Once the drivers are out there on this road delivering stuff, they don't have to limit their deliveries just to students on the campus. The neighborhood communities and other places. I mean, this is scalable, because I've seen it at City, right? And if it's an app, so be it. I mean, why just limit yourself to universities?
I think that's a terrific idea, and absolutely, that can help kind of scale the cost as well.
Right.
I was thinking, students are all going to want pizza at 11 o'clock at night, and there may be some sort of time crunch, so they're going to have to figure out how they can manage that as well.
Yeah. Uberize is now getting into pretty much every business model, and this is just another Uberization.
Yeah. But thinking about the markup, I know the markup I pay for Grubhub, and I get Grubhub a lot, and it's significantly more than that. So there's a little bit of an umbrella where they can raise their prices if they need to.
Sure, yeah. I'm not too familiar with the market or the pricing for the competitors out there, but I am curious to know how their model is going to different, or how their pricing is going to be competitive.
Yeah. It's impressive how they've talked to like Whole Foods, and they've really done a lot of legwork, though. That's good. So we've talked about both of these, and I think we have a consensus. Would you agree?
Yeah.
All right.
I can see the winner.
Okay. And you?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Welcome back, contestants. I've been doing a bunch of these shows for 2 seasons, and I have never seen a panel of judges have this much difficulty in coming to a decision. So that's a great credit to both of you and getting to the final. But they have made a decision. But before we hear what that decision is, I'd like to just have the judges provide some feedback for both of you. Rippy.
Very good. Ketsia, Joanne, congratulations for identifying a real problem and coming up with real solutions. Just a little bit of feedback from my side. Joanne, you need to look at barriers to entry for competition, because this is kind of a proven model. It's easy to go forward with. So you need to think about how you will block others from coming and eating your lunch. Right. Ketsia, in your case, you need to look at creating a prototype and making sure that it is feasible to create a container, not just the glass, but actually a bottle or a can kind of a thing, which can be pressurized, which can handle transportation, mishandling, and all that stuff. You don't want soda can bursting in the house, right?
Yeah.
So you both have a little bit more homework to do, but good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Bob.
I'll echo the sentiment. I mean, both presentations were very good. Both of you are very poised and delivered a good explanation of your product, compelling reasons why someone would be interested in following up with it and continuing. I think that on one hand, for Fooboo, Joan, you may want to take a second look at the app itself. You may find it's going to be a bit more costly than what you think. And with that, kind of figure out how you're going to be able to fund that. Ketsia, the same sort of thing with the prototype. That's going to be a very important thing to have in hand and tested when you're going out and raising money. So the question is, how do you create this prototype without any investor money? Mm-hmm. Something to think about. Yeah. But again, congratulations to both of you for making it this far. It was both presentations were fantastic, and we truly did go back and forth in our deliberations and trying to figure out.
I had to force a vote, which we've never done before. So anyway.
So thank you.
Nick, final thoughts.
It was tough to decide between the two of you. Both of you guys presented yourself extremely well, and it was hard for us. And that fearlessness that you showed up here in front of us is a key indicator of your future successes. But we did have to make a decision, and Joan, excuse me, we see some challenges in your future in terms of developing your application, and you, Ketsia, as well. We see some challenges in developing that prototype, and so both of these are going to be uphill battles, but we think that there's a future.
Well, there's definitely coalescing here between the challenges of your next step for both of you. They're very different, right? But they are next steps, and they are going to take some money. Yeah. So having said that, Bob is going to speak for the judges and let us know who the Pitch Perfect Student Entrepreneur of the Year for Season 2 is.
Yes, Mike. Well, we've after a lot of deliberation, as we said, we decided to go with Always Green with Ketsia.
All right. Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Joan, congratulations on making it here. I've spent some time with both of you, and I'm very, very proud of both of you, and you've really come a long way. So with that, I'm going to just provide you with our Certificate of Achievement for our runner-up of the year on Pitch Perfect. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Ketsia, this is for you. This is a Certificate of Achievement to be our Pitch Perfect Entrepreneur of the Year. And with that comes a $500 prize.
Thank you.
And the opportunity to have 5 free months of incubator space, which we can work out with the Entrepreneurship Foundation, who was the provider of that. So here we are at the end of Season 2. Great job to both of you, and thank you very much to the judges. Well, that's it from the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center here at the University of New Haven. Thank you for joining us today on Pitch Perfect's Season 2 Final Pitch Off. Make sure to tune in next season, and remember, no matter where you are or what you do, make it yours, make it real, and keep on pitching. Well, Brendan, here we are at the last show of Season 2, and I just wanted to thank you for all the great work, putting this great crew together. They've really come a long way, as have you. I think the first time we talked to each other, we were back in the spring, and you may have been a little tentative as to whether or not you wanted to take this on. But you did a great job, and I just wanted to express my appreciation and the crew's appreciation. This is just a little certificate for you to hang up in your kitchen or whatever. But Pitch Perfect's Director Extraordinaire. So, Brendan, thank you. Thanks. And that's when we do the round of applause. All right. Thank you.